Buddhism, one of the world's major religions, has a rich history and profound philosophical teachings that have influenced millions of people across the globe. Originating in ancient India around the 6th century BCE, Buddhism has evolved into various schools and traditions, each with its unique practices and interpretations. In this comprehensive introduction to Buddhism, we'll explore its origins, key teachings, practices, and its impact on societies throughout history. I. Origins of Buddhism. A. Life of Siddhartha Gautama. Buddhism traces its origins to Siddhartha Gautama, who later became known as the Buddha, meaning enlightened one. Siddhartha was born around 563 BCE in Lumbini, in present-day Nepal, into a royal family. He led a life of luxury and privilege but was deeply troubled by the suffering he observed in the world. At the age of 29, Siddhartha renounced his princely status and embarked on a spiritual quest to seek enlightenment. B. Enlightenment. After years of rigorous meditation and ascetic practices, Siddhartha achieved enlightenment at the age of 35 while meditating under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. During this profound spiritual experience, he gained insight into the nature of suffering and the path to liberation from it. He became the Buddha and spent the rest of his life teaching others about his discoveries. 2. Key teachings of Buddhism. A. The Four Noble Truths. Dukkha, suffering. Life is characterized by suffering, dissatisfaction, and impermanence. Samudaya, origin of suffering. The cause of suffering is desire and attachment, which lead to craving and clinging. Nirodha, cessation of suffering. Suffering can be overcome by extinguishing desire and attachment. Magga, path to the cessation of suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path is the way to end suffering and attain enlightenment. B. The Noble Eightfold Path. Right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. C. Dependent origination. Buddhism teaches that all phenomena arise in dependence on causes and conditions, and nothing exists independently or permanently. This concept is central to understanding the interconnectedness of all things and the cycle of birth, suffering, and rebirth, samsara. 3. Buddhist practices. A. Meditation. Meditation is a central practice in Buddhism, aimed at cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and insight. There are various meditation techniques, including mindfulness meditation, loving-kindness meditation, and vipassana meditation. B. Ethics. Buddhism emphasizes ethical conduct as a foundation for spiritual growth and liberation. The 5 precepts, which include refraining from harming living beings, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, and intoxicants, guide practitioners in leading a moral life. C. Rituals and offerings. Buddhism encompasses a variety of rituals and ceremonies, such as chanting, prostrations, and offering food or flowers to the Buddha or other enlightened beings. These rituals serve as expressions of devotion, gratitude, and purification. Avar. Schools and traditions of Buddhism. A. Theravada, Buddhism. Theravada, or the Way of the Elders, is the oldest surviving school of Buddhism prevalent in Southeast Asia. It emphasizes the original teachings of the Buddha and the importance of individual liberation through meditation and ethical living. B. Mahayana Buddhism. Mahayana, or Great Vehicle, emerged around the 1st century BCE and spread to East Asia, including China, Japan, Korea, and Tibet. It emphasizes compassion, wisdom, and the aspiration to attain enlightenment, not only for oneself but also for the benefit of all beings. See Vajrayana Buddhism. Vajrayana, or Diamond Vehicle, is a tantric form of Buddhism that developed in India and later spread to Tibet, Bhutan, and Mongolia. It employs esoteric practices, rituals, and visualizations to accelerate the path to enlightenment and harness the power of awakened awareness. V. Buddhism in contemporary society. A global spread. Buddhism has become a global phenomenon, with millions of adherents worldwide, and a significant presence in Western countries. Its teachings on mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace resonate with people seeking spiritual fulfillment in modern life. B. Social engagement. Buddhists are involved in various social and humanitarian causes, including environmental conservation, human rights, and interfaith dialogue. Engaged Buddhism, inspired by the teachings of socially conscious monks like Thich Nhat Hanh, emphasizes the application of Buddhist principles to address societal issues and alleviate suffering. See challenges and adaptations. Buddhism faces challenges in adapting to modernity, including tensions between traditional practices and contemporary values, as well as issues related to sectarianism and institutional corruption. Nevertheless, Buddhist communities continue to innovate and evolve, finding new ways to express and preserve their ancient wisdom in the modern world. 6. Conclusion. Buddhism offers profound insights into the nature of existence and the human condition, as well as practical guidance for living a meaningful and ethical life. Its teachings on compassion, mindfulness, and the interconnectedness of all beings have inspired countless individuals to seek inner peace and awakening. As Buddhism continues to evolve and adapt to the challenges of the contemporary world, its timeless wisdom remains a source of inspiration and guidance for seekers of truth and liberation.